Hello everyone, once again it's me, Mr. Cinema Junkie. I'll be reviewing a video that I just finished watching just a few moments ago. It's been making the rounds in the community on YouTube. A lot of people have heard of it through various different channels, and it's gotten quite a stir. And that video is Buried in the Sand. Basically, it's the full title is Buried in the Sand: The Deception of America, and basically it's supposed to cover some of the atrocities that happened in Iraq, and some of the things that happened during the reign of Saddam Hussein, and then the things that happened when we went in to liberate the people from his tyranny. Basically, in my opinion, it's a thinly veiled attempt at selling something that's already been out on the internet for a while now. And no, it's not just beheading videos, but it is different types of atrocity. You have executions by gunfire, you have executions by stoning, you have people having various appendages lopped off, hands, fingers, and of course the beheadings. There's some hangings. I believe there was a hanging. I don't know. I don't remember. But this is, I understand. This is extreme. It's very extreme. It's very graphic. Leaves very, very little to the imagination. It's got some guy on here named Mark Taylor. I've never heard of him before. He's supposed to be the host. He's lit up kind of sinister. He got like one half of his face dark for some reason. But I don't know. For me, there's nothing on here. Maybe one or two things, but for the most part, I'd say about 90% of the stuff on here is nothing that I haven't already seen on the internet. Maybe I'm jaded to that imagery. Maybe I've become numb to it, but it wasn't as shocking as it was made out to be. If I have to fall back on anybody's brief review on this, it would have to be Steelbook Addiction, who stated just to keep in mind that the people who are being killed in here, these are somebody's family. There's somebody's husband, son. Somebody lost someone, and it's been gathered in this collection of atrocity. I'm not condemning the video. I'm not saying it should have never been made, because for me to do that would be, I don't know, it just wouldn't be right for me to say, oh, this video should have never been made, and because I got it, I bought it, I knew what was in it, I knew what was going to be in here. I thought maybe there was some kind of argument of some sort to the whole atrocity, but basically it was just presenting different things that happened in the most graphic way possible, and then and I don't know if it was trying to argue the point of why we went to war with Iraq, which that whole thing, that's a whole other thing, and that's politics, and I don't get into that. But yeah, it's just very brutal. It's like basically it's a Mondo film. It's one of those like Faces of Death or Traces of Death or any of those Shocking Asia kind of videos. but it hits closer to home because it has to deal with a situation that was not too long ago, a specific situation, the Iraq conflict. So he warns throughout the entire video that the scenes you're about to see are not for everyone, and they're very graphic, and viewer discretion is advised. And he does that like just before every segment. And I'm just waiting to read in the news about some ding-dong teacher that took this into class to show his classroom or his students. Maybe they're studying the Iraq War or something, and he says, "Hey, buried in the sand." So hey, I'll take this in because it has to deal with the Iraq War, and just freaks everybody the hell out. I'm sure that day isn't too far off. A lot of the stuff that's on here, like I said, is stuff that I've seen on the internet over the past several years, and slowly but surely I see less and less of it on there. And now I realize why, because at the end of the credits, I think the name of the video or the production company is CYHL Productions or CYHL Video, and then at the end it explains that it means, or actually it was in the beginning. Don't listen to me right now at that point. I don't know if it was the beginning or the end, but CYHL stands for Can You Handle Life? Can You Handle Life was the tag phrase for a website called ogrish.com, and sure enough, at the end of the credits, it does credit the research. The research was credited to ogrish.com, which is no more. Ogrish.com, when you try to put ogrish.com in, you go to a place called LiveLeak, but you can go to ogrish.tv, and they still have some very graphic, gruesome stuff on there. I guess the research basically is just people, they had these clips. So if they made it available online, who would buy the video? I guess that's why they slowly started taking the stuff down. It has no... I'm going to go out on a limb here and just say very, very briefly that it has no historic value to me. I mean, for me, it doesn't. It doesn't explain really the Iraq war and the conflict and all that. I mean, they don't. Luckily, they didn't put any clips from 9/11 here that I remember seeing. They didn't put any 9/11 clips in here, which has been like just run through the ringer so many times already. And it basically just boils down to shock value. The more they shock you, the more you want to see it. The more people tell you don't look at it, the more you want to look. But it just cause and effect. That's basically all it is. This is what happened, and this is why this happened. And but it's just a big, huge collection of people going through different types of pain, torture, execution, being maimed. People get their tongues cut off. And it's nothing that we haven't heard already. You know, the cruelty of Saddam Hussein, the cruelty of his sons, the strict environment that the Iraqi people had to live under. This is all stuff we already know. This video does not reveal anything new to that. In my opinion, it was just, if you're morbidly curious, then it may be the video for you. But if you're looking for something, you know, of a historic nature, something that explains what happened, why it happened, what were the steps taken to go into the Iraq conflict, and then, you know, maybe the trial of Saddam Hussein for his war crimes and stuff. There's other videos out there that you can get for that without all the extra gore and glitz that this one has. At the risk of sounding like a real jerk, there were parts in here that kind of got a chuckle out of me. And I don't know why it is, but it's not just this. I've seen other videos like this too, like street justice videos and stuff like that, where the criminal, or in this case, the people who are in prison, are getting beaten with sticks. And the guys are screaming in pain, but I don't know why that's funny to me. I mean, there's no blood, There's no, I don't find that stuff funny at all. I'm not trying to be like, you know, one of these phony toughs and act like, nothing bothers me. Yeah, stuff bothers me. But that part there, it reminds me of those good old-fashioned passionate ass whoopings your mom used to give you when you were a kid, when you misbehaved, and you screamed like a girl because you're getting your ass whooped. And she'd hold you by the hand so you couldn't get away, and she's steady whooping you with a flip-flop or a stick or a switch. Anyone from the hills or from south areas knows what a switch whipping is. And they hurt, all right? I've gotten them. Did I scream like a girl? You're damn right I did. But whether that was deserved or not, I don't know what their crimes were. I don't know what they did. But they laid into him, man. And they didn't let up. There was one scene where this guy was getting whipped so much he just fell flat on his ass. He pulled that move that a lot of kids do, just drop, dead weight. And they tried to pick him up and he just hung there. And then they hit him and he'd rub it. Ow. Like, maybe if I play possum long enough, they'll stop beating on me. But there really is no entertainment value to this video. If you're into the STF videos, if you're into the extreme gore and reality, like Traces of Death, or the Many Faces of Death, not so much Faces of Death, we all know that's fake, but, or Death Scenes 1 and 2, if you're into that kind of stuff, for whatever reason you're into it, you may want to pick this up. You can get it for a song on Amazon. I got mine for $2.97. So add this to your True Death collection, and there you go. Just keep in mind, like our good friend said, you're looking at, with any True Death video, you're looking at the demise of somebody's family member. Just something about this just hits so much closer to home when you think along those lines. As we sit right now, this very moment, as you're watching this video, there is someone right now mourning the passing of somebody in this video. Think about it along those lines. That's it for me, Mr. Cinema Junkie. Thanks for watching, and I'll be back with another review as soon as possible. Thank you.